The left's push to normalize deviancy has extended beyond sports, though. It's now consumed Democrat-dominated GovEd as well. Joe and Serena Wailes, they found out that when they sent their 11-year-old daughter on an overnight GovEd school trip to Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. over the summer, on the first night of the trip, Jefferson County government-run schools assigned their daughter to a room with 3 other students. However, when their daughter went to turn in for the night, she discovered the person she was meant to share a bed with was actually a biological male pretending to be a girl. When the parents demanded answers, they learned the district's policy based its rooming assignments on gender identity instead of biological sex. In addition, they were told the policy states that they only have to inform and accommodate the transgender student and parents while keeping all the other parents in the dark. The Alliance Defending Freedom has taken up this case. Joining us now with more on this, the parents, Joe and Serena Wailes, and Senior Counsel for Alliance Defending Freedom, Kate Anderson. Welcome to all 3 of you. Joe, I want to begin with you. As a father myself, I can only imagine how you felt when the government school you trusted to protect your daughter put her in this absurd and inappropriate situation. How did your little girl deal with things that night, and then how did you react when you found out about all this?
Well, I heard it directly from my daughter. Like you mentioned, she was in Washington, or actually in Philadelphia that night. It was a trip that went to Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. She called me and let me know what was happening. And my initial reaction was not nearly as calm as I've been the last few days. I was upset. I was felt a bit helpless. You know, she's 2,000 miles away. She's looking for help. She's looking for advice on how to get out of a situation she never should have been put in. Thankfully, my wife, Serena, was with her on the trip, so she was able to help her navigate it.
Yeah. Serena, when you found out this was all going down, what was your reaction?
I was shocked, honestly. I was shocked. When she called me from the bathroom and was telling me what the conversation had just been had in the room, I said, let's come downstairs. Let's make sure that this is really what the situation is. And so it was a lot to deal with that night, for sure.
Right. And, you know, a lot of parents are caught unawares because GovEd, as we said, they're being secretive about this, and parents and children are being victimized. Counselor, GovEd is now forcing young girls to share a bed with males. The story is made worse when we remember what happened in Loudoun County, Virginia, when their anti-science policy allowed a young boy to claim he was a girl. He was given access to rape not just 1, but 2 girls in that district. And then those GovEd deviants tried to cover up the rape. What steps is the Alliance Defending Freedom taking to combat GovEd victimizing America's daughters?
Well, anytime that the school is lying to parents or hiding information from parents, every parent needs to be concerned. And that's exactly what we're asking Jefferson County to change. Be transparent about this policy. Tell parents how you're going to arrange rooms on an overnight trip so that parents can make arrangements for their kids, opt out of such a policy so they can protect their kids' privacy on the front end. And that's better for all kids involved. This is something that parents need to be aware of, and they need to be able to make choices for their kids in their best interests before a girl is hiding in a bathroom, in a hotel room, calling her dad, trying to figure out how to get out of a situation like this.
Man alive. Joe, what are you hearing about this from other parents that you guys have talked to?
Overall, people have been pretty supportive of it. I mean, we are getting some crazy emails and calls and stuff. We kind of expected that when we decided to go this route. But in general, I think people are supportive, and they're glad somebody's kind of trying to stand up and say this isn't acceptable anymore. And again, we're not.
Serena, how's your little girl? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, Joe. Go ahead, finish.
I was just going to say, you know, we love the school. We love our teachers. We love the principal. But this is a district policy issue that needs to be resolved. Mm-hmm. So.
Serena, what about your little girl? How's she processing all this?
She is amazing. We couldn't be more proud of her. The way that she handled the situation to begin with, to advocate for herself and to stand up for her beliefs and what she felt was most comfortable for her. We could not be more proud of her. This week's been a little bit challenging, a little bit exhausting, but she's doing really well, and we just couldn't be more proud of the person that she is.
Well, we as adults have to stop these deviants from victimizing our children. I think it's one of the biggest battles we fight today. Joe and Serena Wailes and Kate Anderson, thank you for sharing the story, and keep us posted, please.